All right, my friends, time to find out how bad this ride I bought really is. No, not that one. This one. My brand new to me, 2005 Lincoln Navigator. Yes, it's got the 5.4 liter Triton V8 in it. That notorious thing that likes to have spark plug problems. Yes, it has the Air Ride on this truck, which doesn't seem to be doing very well because it's definitely sagging in the ass. And yes, it has a few other interesting electrical problems, but I bought it for $2,400, so I'm not terribly deep into it at the moment. But I've never been under this car. I've never inspected it beyond what I just was able to do where I was. So I'm gonna get this thing in the rack, on the rack, and see just how bad this really is. Now I know it does already have a misfire problem, cylinder 2 misfire. I know that's there. Let's see if this thing will just fire up. Just fires right up. Does have a cylinder 2 misfire. And I know that that's there because I scanned the codes last time in the last video. But we're gonna do a little diagnosticing. Ooh, yep, don't stand on the running board. That'll break off. Do a little diagnosticing and we'll figure out whether or not that's a coil issue, a spark plug issue, or a valve issue. I don't know. We're gonna hope that it's something I could just fix with just a little bit of ignition fixing. It's also possible that it could be an intake manifold gasket. But there weren't any other codes other than misfires from cylinder 2, and I did drive at 45 miles, so it should have cycled through and kicked whatever other codes that are out there. So, wish me luck. I really want this truck to turn out and be awesome. It's got black on tan interior, 3rd row seats, leather. It's got heated and air conditioned seats. Way fancier than anything I have ever owned in my life. We'll see. I need this thing to be not a total disaster. And I feel like me and my positivity is gonna make this happen. So let's get her on the rack. I don't even care if it's got some body rust, to be honest. I just want the frame to be solid and it not look like anything disastrous has happened to this thing in the past. That's all I'm asking for. I have very low expectations. Let's see. I can hear the Air Ride suspension pumping up, so that's good. Supposedly it does have a new or newer air compressor. Supposedly that was replaced in the not too distant past. Oh. Hey! Pump right back up. Who knows if that's true? I never bothered to look. Place your bets, place your bets. How bad is this thing gonna be? I am in Central Ohio, land of rust. And these generation of Fords and Chevys are all known to be Swiss cheese after a few years, so we'll see. Rich wonders why his little lights don't work. That poor thing. Well, that doesn't look terrible so far. A little bit of a power steering leak from the rack there. It is airbag front. Ooh, that's a little rough. That's okay. We don't need that. Airbags in the front. Exhaust definitely leaves a bit to be desired, but it's still there. A bit of an exhaust leak I can hear probably up on the top. Not real worried about it. Guys, I think I didn't do anything. I think I didn't do terrible. Oh, there you go. It's right there. Pull out a seam, I can feel it right here. You see it? I can't see Alright. It's got an exhaust leak. Time for an upgrade, maybe. Frame. Look, guys. Look at this. Look at this. I can't put my finger through anything. Looks like there's been some questionable fuel tank repair back here. It's not super surprising. Does have airbags in the rear, obviously. These don't look like they've been changed. Independent suspension in the rear. This should be a Ford 8.8. Don't know what gears came in these things from the factory. I'm sure one of you guys knows. Drive shaft's nice and solid. That's awesome. A little bit of play in that front drive shaft, but not too bad. Work on demand, traction on demand. Guys, I think I didn't buy something totally stupid here. I think I may have bought something good. I got a Continental spare tire. It looks like it's never been used. That's nice. Rear horns, not too bad. Again, this is an Ohio kind of thing. Most of these vehicles are rotted to shit. This is way nicer than I expected it to be. Way better solid truck. Way more solid truck. Got a tow hitch back there. Yep, right there. Tow hitch already on it with the bumper cover still here. So pull that off. And there's a hitch right there. Just need to put the proper ball in there, which means we can tow race cars with it. So, I'm 95% happy with how this looks. A little bit of surface rust I'm not at all worried about. The running board obviously is horrible. Oh, well, that's not even attached. So we need to pull the running board off this side. It's already been pulled off the other side. No active leaks anywhere. I have not turned on the air conditioning yet. I do want to make sure I do have active air conditioning. Still got the cats. It's kind of impressive, especially given I picked this thing up from Marion. To those of you from Marion or that live in Marion, I understand Marion has been through some hard times and it's not as bad as it used to be, and I'll amend my previous comment about it. Marion's one of those cities that had a lot of issues with drugs during the height of our opioid epidemic and other things. It was really, really bad in Marion. And Marion has come a long way. It's still a very blue-collar industrial town, but it has come a long, long way. It doesn't have nearly as many issues as it has. I apologize if I offended anybody there. I wasn't intending that. I've just had some questionable activities around me in the Marion area. Also, I didn't film said person, but there was a very interesting person at the gas station that we ran into as well. That was clearly on something interesting. Having a very interesting day. Let's put it that way. So, let's get it back down and see what we can figure out as far as this misfire goes. See if I can get lucky. You know, it's such a car guy thing. As soon as you realize that like your exhaust is rotted out, immediately your first thoughts are like, well, that means I should upgrade, like headers and full stainless steel exhaust, right? No, just leave it alone, idiot. Don't spend more money on your $2,400 beater truck. Be responsible. I'm not good at it. Alright, pop the hood. This looks to be a tow controller, like a trailer brake controller, I believe. Yep. So somebody's towed with this thing in the past. It's really not bad, guys. It's really not bad. My unlock button does not work. At least not from this side. That might have broke the... There we go. Does this side work? Yeah. See, that side unlocks, so we do have that. It's just a matter of this switch doesn't work. Ooh, don't kill yourself. Don't stand on that. This thing's almost wrapped up and ready to go home. Made some big success on the dyno. Got some scratching down the side here. I feel like that molding needs to be attached there a little bit. I feel like there was a molding that went over this. Maybe not. Maybe it's just because the running board used to go there. But, you know, as far as the interior-wise goes, she's pretty solid, to be honest. Does have a DVD player, which is exciting. I'm not going to use that. 6-disc CD changer in there. Back seats. Some stuff. Hey, there's a set of brake pads underneath here. Yep. How in the world did you get those under there? Well, trust me. Set of brake pads right there. Some kids stuff. Little Samsonite neck pillow. Real nice, real nice. These should go down. Third row seating. A little candy, that's fine. She needs a little cleaning. She's got a little stank to her, but otherwise it's pretty solid, guys. There's the child lock thing. Make sure that's not locked, but window doesn't go down. Child lock unlocked. Hear a little bit of pop every now and then when it's backfiring or misfiring. Child lock off. That window doesn't go down either. Maybe that's turned off. Oh, got a hammer and some sockets up here. Got a hammer. Pair of, those are interesting. Toe straps, a couple other things underneath there. Let's see. Is there a... What does that do? Nope, that doesn't work. Aha! Maybe that does it. Yeah, buddy. Got power windows. Some gangster deep tints, which could be a problem in my neighborhood. I live in a very urban neighborhood, so police tend to mess with us with our tint. Power windows. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Let's get into the hood of this thing. Which I believe is over here in the corner. Oh, come on. Oh. I don't hear anything catastrophic. thing's also really high for a short guy to work on. You know what? Since we're playing with things and seeing if stuff works, let's try the air conditioning. Auto? AC? 60 degrees, good lord. All right. We're making ice, boys. Got dual climate control, left side and right side. What? What do you think? Air conditioning gonna work? I think it's working. It's not ice cold. It's cool. Getting colder. Okay, so maybe we'll recharge the air conditioning. I do have a guy's trip that I'm going to Detroit in almost exactly a month from now, actually. Exactly a month from now. We'll be up there for a couple of days. So I need to be able to haul me and 4 other dudes in comfort and coolness. So that's the lion's share of why I bought this car. Also, Katrina, my lovely redheaded lady, does a lot of craftsy stuff. Works on a lot of like upcycled vintage clothing and that kind of stuff. And she needs to be able to haul stuff to markets and pick up stuff and that kind of thing. And we've been using my Passat, my Volkswagen Passat wagon, which is great for that. But it would be nice to be able to have something larger, which is one of the main reasons I wanted to buy this. And you know, that's really the idea. Plus, if I say it's Katrina's, then it's not mine. So it doesn't count on my car total. All right, so we do have StabiliTrak issues, airbag issue, check engine light issue. I'm gonna guess the TPMS sensors probably don't work. What's this thing call for? 255, 70, 18s, and it wants 35 PSI on all 4 corners. Okay. How are the tires? We got some Firestone Destination tires. Oh, there's decent tread there. Firestone Destination tire. That one is definitely a bit more worn, especially on the outside tread. You can see the cracking in the tire, so these definitely have had some life on them. Alright, so that one's toast. Especially on the outside, so I'm going to guess our alignment's off. Probably towed in, scrubbing off that outside of the tire. Firestone Destination. So we got matched tires? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Use our handy dandy little alignment rack. We can do our air also. Got all the cool toys around here. I'm not good at that left-handed. $31? Not off by much. Need some new tires. We'll see what we can do on that. What are these? 255 70 18s. Or do I do wheels and tires? I'm not good at self-control, guys. I'm not. Especially when it comes to cars, alcohol, and women. I'm not good at it. Keep it away from me or I want to have it. I know myself. I'm an avoidance kind of guy. As long as it's not in front of me, I'll be fine. If it's right there, man, I'm not good at it. These do still have TPMS sensors in them. At least this one does. Huh. Yeah, it still has TPMS sensors in it. No, that one doesn't. This is also the one that's really low on the outside, or possibly, other than the alignment, this is also possibly a low tire pressure issue. But it didn't wear the inside out, so that's an alignment problem. See there, it's cracking on the sidewalls. It definitely needs new tires. Okay, here's on my first problem. This core will not accept air. No matter what I do, it does not. And obviously we are low. So, tap in the wizard and see if he can do this. Lube. Lube. How much lube do you need? Probably gonna need rotors in the rear. They've definitely been pad slapped a time or two, but it works. Well, all in all, I'm actually pretty happy with that. Frame is in very, very good shape. Obviously the tires are shot. The airbags in the rear will not hold pressure. As soon as you let go of the key, she sinks back down. This one is level with your hand. This one is slightly higher than that, but definitely drops out the rear bags. The fronts stay inflated. With the fact that it looks like the toe is definitely towed in on this side, I'm wondering if, but even if it squats the rear with the bags, it should tow out, not tow in. I don't know, maybe it's just purely an alignment issue, but obviously the tires have got to be replaced. I'd put all brand new TPMS sensors in it as well. Otherwise, everything seems to be in pretty good shape. Air conditioning works fine, interior's good. I believe there was some disgusting stuff that's on the floor mats, and it needs to be shampooed and just kind of knock the stink out of it. But in the grand scheme of $2,500 vehicles that I have purchased over the years, I would say that one is really, really high up there. To the point of, I do a 2,500 road trip every year with a bunch of my friends. And this is kind of where that started. My 1994 940 Volvo wagon, Turbo. See my 2,500 road trip sticker on there. It's a 2,500 mile road trip, $2,500 cars. I've kind of made it my thing to buy cars that are sub $2,500 and get them up and running around, and they're great little vehicles. They really are. It's a great point to be in the pricing range where you can get something that's probably decent and then you can get a lot of miles out of, and hopefully be able to utilize quite a lot. After I got that, got my Pontiac Vibe GT. You can see again, 2,500 road trip stickers are still on this thing. And I've put thousands of miles on this car. Same situation with the Passat wagon. You know, I bought this car for $2,500 as well. So it's a good point to be at price-wise. That way, if things go completely tits up, you know, you've lost $2,500. Yeah, that's a lot of money, but it's not probably enough that it's going to ruin my life in case it ended up being a total disaster, which, as far as I'm concerned, at the moment, it is not a complete disaster. However, we next need to tackle this misfire situation. It's not just a loose wire. It's not just something simple that I was hoping for, you know, a coil unplugged. So we're going to have to dive into this and figure out exactly what's going on with my misfire. And that will tell us truly whether or not this thing is going to live on in my fleet. Well, not my fleet, Katrina's fleet. So, yeah, that's next. And if I can get that fixed, then we order tires and TPMS sensors and airbags and start fixing all the other stuff we've got to fix on this thing. But that'll be a episode for another moment. This is Automotive Adventures with Austin. This is one of my new automotive adventures. Oddly, I now have two Lincolns that are in my new fleet. I now have a Navigator as well as a Lincoln Market LSC that I got from my daddy a couple of weeks ago. So you'll be seeing that here on the channel very, very quickly as well. I need to actually get it on the rack and do an inspection with it as well. So that'll be coming here real soon. I'm going to start cracking on the spark plug situation on this. I'm not excited about it. I'm honestly quite terrified about it. We'll see what level of screwed I am on this thing. If you're interested in this kind of thing, you can put up with my big bearded self. I would appreciate you showing up on another video. Click on the subscribe button. If you made it this far, click on the like button. You made it this far, so you might as well say you liked it. And for those of you who keep coming back here and watching what it is I do, you guys are awesome, and I truly appreciate you. It is you guys that are helping me pay to be able to do the things that I do, so I, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate you. Probably get cracking on this thing tomorrow. I think we're supposed to have pretty good weather, just like today. And we'll see. Take care. Bye-bye.